Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. How's everybody doing today? It's a pleasure to have you here. Of course, you know this is the place to come if you're not having such a great day. We always have a lot of light love, levity, and our famous levity here on our series. This is our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series that we started some 400 and now we're, I think, over 450 episodes, 7 days a week. And it's been extraordinary with guests coming in from Broadway and Hollywood, television, film, music, theater, as well as culinary arts, sports, comedy, inspiration, health and wellness, and so much more. As you guys know, I do this work professionally in the land of television and radio broadcast media. And we wanted to create something really special for all of you, like a television show here online on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And bring everybody in, our viewers watching right now from all around the world, the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, and then some, north, south, east, west. They come and they call themselves the Lovities because in the summertime, I said that this show has a lot of light, love, and levity. And that's the summer of a year ago when I said that during the actual height of the pandemic. And everybody said, you know what? We love that. And then I said levity accidentally when I combined love and levity. And when that happened, everybody said, that's it, Jim. We are your levity squad. You're Mr. Levity. This is Levity Hall. The guests are levities. And from that day forward, I tell you, it's been really magical. And thanks for all of the comments, all the support of our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, where we are bringing back the lost art of conversation, doing it in a way, if you recall, the old talk shows of Dick Cavett and, of course, Johnny Carson, and think about some of the others, Dick Clark, Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas, some of that old school, warm conversational style that people have been missing. And then we bring it in and merge it with a modern vibe and a modern twist of today. So those two worlds coming together right here on JMS, the Jim Masters Show Live. So wherever you're watching, thanks for being here. Thanks for all the Instagram messages, the tweets, the Facebook posts. Of course, you can find me on Facebook at Jim Masters TV, Twitter and Instagram, Jim Masters TV. And we house and archive all of these episodes of our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series right here on our YouTube channel. So we would love it if you guys could subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have already, thank you so much. That means the world to us. But if you haven't yet, we would love it if you did. And while you're there, show it some of our famous levity and click that notification bell. You see a little bell there next to the word subscribe, a little bell icon. You've always probably wondered what that's about. Well, that is the notification bell. So whenever we have episodes, whether they're live or in any other fashion, sometimes we do surprise pop-up shows where it's just me, the host, and you guys, the viewers, and we chat back and forth for an hour or two about life and food and pets and travel and everything. That's kind of cool when we do those pop-up shows. We've done holiday theme shows. We've gone on location. Sometimes we do a lot of different episodes because no two shows are the same. Every episode of this Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show, variety show, is something different, something unique. So you want to make sure that you're here, especially when they're live, because that way there you can participate and you can comment and all those kinds of things. Also, matter of fact, while you're clicking that notification bell, don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up, a like on our YouTube channel. That really helps us. Plus, YouTube loves that. YouTube then sees that and they take this episode and they blast it out to more viewers all around the world. just by you clicking like if you're enjoying this episode and leaving a comment on the actual YouTube channel. So we welcome everybody watching all around the world. Again, we hope you're doing well. If this is your first time watching us, well, gee, there's about 450 episodes you can binge watch on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. We always have a good time. Feel free to comment during the show as well if you like. That is always available during the course of the show. There's always those super stickers, super chat, all kinds of cool things that we do as well. So here we are. It's summertime, and the fall is going to be upon us before we know it. And we're just sharing in all the great levity that we have here. Again, so many great comments we get from our guests, but also our viewers who watch the series and tell us that it has meant a lot to them, not just during the pandemic, but also on a regular basis. So many of you watch our series, all the time, and it's provided some source of light for you. And I love knowing that, because we work so hard behind the scenes to put these shows together. So thanks just once again. I got to say it as often as I can to thank each and every one of you who watches the show, shares the links on your Facebook pages and Twitter and everywhere else. It's just absolutely amazing that you guys do that. And we truly thank you so very, very much. We have special guests that are joining us here on the show, and we're very, very excited about it. They are in the musical world. They are also, in addition to being in the musical world, film production, wardrobe styling, acting, and so much more. And we're very excited. They happen to be right now out east on the island, as we call it. For those of you not familiar, Long Island in New York, of course. And that's where I hail from originally, though we are here in the tri-state area in the United States, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston. So they are out right now in the beautiful Hamptons at the time of this broadcast, enjoying themselves. Very excited to welcome actress and film producer, also wardrobe stylist Ashton Clay, and musician and prolific producer Rich Adams. They're joining us again from the Hamptons. They've been working on some really cool projects together. And it's really amazing. Matter of fact, there's a film production company that has been created as a result of their passion for what they do. We're going to talk about that. We've got some clips and all kinds of cool things we're going to show you guys, as together we welcome both Ashton and Rich to the Jim Masters Show live, again, direct from the Hamptons of Long Island, New York. Welcome, guys. Good to have you here.
Hey, how are you?
How you guys doing out there in the Hamptons? Having a good time?
Yeah, trying to take in the sun. Finally, the summer's been rain for so much, so we finally have a good week to kind of take in and try and get some stuff done. So it's been nice so far. Can't complain.
What are some things you guys are working right now while you're out there? Are you availing yourself of the opportunity to incorporate some of the visual beauty of the area, or you're pretty much cooped up indoors, editing, writing, producing?
Probably more the latter.
Yeah.
So one of the projects, Ashton created the Odalia series, and we just wrapped on filming episode 3. So we have been going through footage and kind of combing through it all, and you know how that process goes, right? Kind of combing through it all and starting to get it so that we can get this done and then out to the world sooner than later. So that's been the course of the last week or so.
And it was a project we wrote together, which was really special.
That's what I was going to say. Tell us about this amazing series. Now, you play Dahlia, right?
Yes.
Tell us about what was and we're going to show clips from it, and it's really, really cool. And we thank our friend Alex. She was on the show, and she connected us, and we really thank her. And she's probably going to be watching this episode as well. So welcome to Alex. But and it's a really small world. We all know so many mutual friends and colleagues in this creative industry. What was the vision and the dream for Dahlia?
Well, it's kind of funny. 3 or 4 years ago, I was with a girlfriend, and we were sitting in my car, and we just started talking with Russian accents, and we just did this whole, little skit. And I said, we need to do a series about this. And then it just 6 months later, it happened. And so this is our 3rd episode, and it just gets better we get better talent, better, script. It's just been amazing. And I'm really, really happy with this particular episode. And it was, really cool to be able to write it and kind of create it with my partner. So
So what was the vision? Tell us a little bit about the storyline if people aren't familiar with what Odalia is really all about.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so it centers around a Russian housewife who just kind of finds her way into kind of high society, but is absolutely miserable. She feels chained, and she's married to someone who is really not engaged in the relationship, and it just becomes this mundane existence where, here she thought she had the American dream, and it wasn't quite that. And it centers around her struggles, right? And it started with the first episode as kind of the introduction to the cast of characters for one, and then the second episode really went back to the history as to when, her and her husband had met, and then, kind of where that was leading to where they were breaking up and splitting. And then that kind of led the premise for the third episode, and where now fast forward, her ex is getting remarried. Dahlia can't handle it. She's she's a train wreck. And her mother, who is played by Marsha Halfrecht, who's a well-known New York actor, comes in and is trying to get her and motivate her to get up, and she gets invited to the wedding, and it just goes every step of the way where she's trying to just, find herself and say, I'm going to prove everyone wrong and go. That then turns into, every obstacle along the way. And, the comedy and the levity of it tied with kind of that underlying story of really just kind of, finding the strength to kind of get past, those challenges that we face in life. And it was fun, and working with a great cast and crew. For me, coming back into it from being behind the scenes for so long, doing some post-production work, but mostly in the scoring sense. So to be able to write and then see it all come to life for me personally was wonderful. And to work with Ashton on this, it was when we first met, it was like, well, we really shouldn't work together. Let's keep all that separate. And then as time went on, well, can you do music for this? Can we, can you help me with this? Can you style this photo shoot? And then, when we started writing this episode, it took off. So it's been fun. So we're really looking forward to getting it done. Brett Latta, who is a director who Ashton worked with on a project a couple of years ago, brought it to life in terms of, what he had done from the directing chair, and the rest of the cast and crew. We're excited. So it was a good project to get done. It was nice to finally get back at it after 18 months.
Yeah. Did the world stop back in March of a year ago? Were you in the midst of getting things underway and really getting it together and moving forward with it? And then boom, you get the phone call. Everything is shut, closed, on hold.
Not on this project, but on other things for sure. We'd been talking about a couple other things. I think it was more from the last episode and one of the other projects, Springtime Forever, that Ashton had produced and played a part in. And those pieces got sidelined because we came out again a couple of really good, nice short films, pilots, great traction on the festival scene. And then it was like, nope, we're just going to sideline it. So, it was unfortunate. And then one of the other projects, which I think we sent some of the stuff over, we had written last summer. We were getting stir crazy after 4 or 5 months of lockdown. And every morning, it was a project we ended up doing called Coffee at Dawn. And that was literally no budget, one camera. I think we used my old Sony digital, camera with one.
God bless that one, huh?
Mics. And it came out well. And it was, testament to the storytelling. And a friend of ours, Eddie Azell, was staying not too far, and we were all quarantined. So we got tested, and it was literally the three of us on set for a day, and then we kind of pulled it together. But that came about after days of sitting on the porch taking refuge during quarantine and watching literally watching an older gentleman walk by every day, and I'm like, well, what's this guy's story? And then we started playing, and then one day he stopped. So whether he was renting a place for a couple of weeks and then went back home, or God knows what happened, but we stopped seeing him. So that's what kind of was the inspiration for the story there. And then we wrote that, it was a little 10-15 minute piece, and shot it all literally in 2 days, I think. And now we got a little bit of traction with that one now, finally, after a year. We didn't think anything more of it, just being a vanity kind of keep ourselves sane project. And some festivals have now taken interest. So we're actually going over to Italy at the end of the month to promote that and her Ashton's project, Springtime Forever, that both got into a couple of festivals there. So
congratulations, huh? That's fantastic. How does that make you feel, Ashton, with that kind of news, huh?
Oh, I mean, it's always exciting to get into festivals, to get your work recognized. So yeah, it's great.
That's cool. That's awesome. We actually have a clip of Coffee at Dawn, the trailer. Do you want to set that up a little bit? We can show it to the audience so they get a feel of what we're talking about.
He wrote and directed, so he can tell you.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. So this one, it's about a woman who has recently lost her husband and is basically paralyzed with grief. Can't seem to find the strength to leave the house, let alone get off the porch to get the morning paper. And she befriends this gentleman who, walks by every day, and they form this friendship and this bond. And it was really, a story and a testament that you'll find friendship, strength, and kind of a resurgence in life in the most strange places. And, it really lends itself that, when you need these angels in life, they find their way in and, really can guide you. So that was the premise of the story. It really does just kind of highlight some of just, the clips that you'll see. I think just kind of ties, gives you a high level as to what to expect.
Really cool. Really cool. Anything you want to add to it, Ashton, or?
Well, I feel like this was a character that I hadn't played before at all. It was completely different. I usually do comedy. Yeah. And so I really had to dig deep to really find this character and really do her justice. But I really resonated with her, and I really enjoyed playing her. So yeah, I was really happy with the way it turned out.
You like the way it turned out. Fantastic. And you're quite a team, the two of you, sort of complementing each other with your own skill sets, and then bringing them together to create, all of this, which I think is fantastic when you have that yin and yang of life, which is really perfect. Yeah. Coffee at Dawn. Let's take a look. I don't know. Whenever I have my coffee, I always make it. It's hot as anything. And I put it down. The phone rings. There's emails. There's texts. And it's always becomes, I try to reheat it 3 times. And then it becomes like mud. And I end up putting an ice cube in it, and it's iced coffee. So I've been going more iced coffee lately.
Know that drill.
Yeah, you always make it. Matter of fact, at the time of us doing this, there is actually a mug with water that was already heated in the microwave oven that I haven't had time to take out and do the coffee with. Life just gets in the way. That's it. What happened to the person that serves the coffee? Is anybody around? Are you going to serve the cup of coffee, please, folks?
Right. Where's the barista when you need them?
Where'd they go? They all disappeared suddenly. There's the trailer, Coffee at Dawn.
These days, Jane, we're going to get you off of this damn porch.
I'm in the middle of making some coffee. Would you care to join me?
Magic happens when you don't give up, even though you want to.
This was on the table, and it has your name on it.
After all these years, I'd give anything to hear a voice from across the room like that.
One morning, he didn't come back. And now I can't bring myself to get the damn paper.
What would you do if you didn't feel any fear?
Really, really nice, guys. I mean, just even that little clip gives you a feeling. It's a moving project, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely ties at the emotional strings. And, I think it was a little bit sign of the times, right? We had, with everything with the pandemic and being locked down and, seeing what a lot of folks were going through. And,
Yeah.
we had people that we had known that were, that had, COVID, and some did okay, some not so okay. So it was
Right.
front of mind in terms of this kind of stress level and this grief, that just, you want to have some level of a positive spin on it to show that, everything we're facing, that despite it, and even if it gets to the darkest moment, that even despite that there's always light beyond that. And I think that was really the theme and what we were going for with this little piece.
That's fantastic. So, what is your goal again, as far as hopefully getting that out to where it's going to be public, it's going to be able to see it, enjoy it?
Yeah, I think that ultimately we'll put it out. I think the thought is that right now we're gonna see where a couple of these festivals go. If we get a little bit more traction there, I think it's more of a calling card piece to try and start thinking about what the next project is. I mean, it was a nice story. I think that the folks that have seen it thus far, it resonates, with them, and the feedback's been great. So we appreciate all of that, and I think ultimately we'll put it up so that folks can view it and enjoy it as well. So we'll see where that takes us.
That ding is what you call an aha moment.
He was, because I thought it was shut off, but turn it off.
I was gonna say,
Not mine.
if a cat jumps on your lap, that's fine too, because this audience loves animals. They love
Oh.
food. If you start talking about food, they love that too. And it's the things that make life interesting.
Well, that's it. And the on demand, there's no downtime. It's like, okay, and it's like, if you don't turn it off, then the immediate response factor comes into play, especially when you're working in production. And
yeah, it's like being an on-call doctor, isn't it? I know myself too, because the cell phones, it's 24/7 now. You could be at a funeral and somebody will text you, and they actually they know you're at the funeral, but they still they want that answer now. And I'm like, can you give me an hour, just about an hour, and I'll get back to you? But
it's funny. It's funny because I work in advertising and have for the better part of 20 years or so. And I had some health issues a few years back. And one of my clients was like, where are you? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? And I'm like, I'm here. And it was like in the emergency room. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. You always have to explain to them that you have life